Alright, wild note for the night. Just getting out here with my notebook and throwing the ball, as it were, in the field theory. Apparently, he's got to get past the barbed wire fence, or excuse me, railroad tracks to steal his clay from somebody. So,
Hey guys, last weekend a friend of mine told me about a new clay source that I want to try. And I know a lot of you have questions about how you find wild clays and then test them to know if they're usable for making pottery. So I thought I'd bring you along with me today, go through the whole process, not only of locating the clay, but then how I go about testing it, how I determine how much temper to use, how I figure out whether or not it's something I want to work with or not. So come along with me today. We're going to follow the treasure map to find the clay, and then we're going to see if it's any good.
alright. Actually, let's keep him going. I'll turn this down and we'll get this open because he gets to certain points, but pounding it off like I'll be doing here, and I'm the only one allowed to be doing that here, like I own the Smithsonian's guy over there with demonology. Uh, I get the win, and that is how that is. That is just the way it's gonna be. Alright, so anyway, oh no, we want something different here. We want photos. I gotta find throwing the ball for y'all inside here. Oh, this will work too. We can use those. That's not bad. But no, technically I want how to throw the ball. Yeah, I'll make sure we're pointing at the right numbers. When we're getting into the sub-testing, this is just to do this real quickly here. There's going to be a sample where it is 99, well established, and there's this, and we're going to get a Lagrangian in a straight line going across two or three different field types and see how that bottle of just one water bottle worth of stuff works. Um, he's doing his own thing, and like a pottery maker, he's just gonna keep that hydrogen gambit ABC, ABC. What are we doing here? I got the wrong page. I want that one. ABC D E F G. Certain wave functions about, well, this sample to that sample is pretty homogenized between the water bottles on the up and down of the spring. It's pretty close. But there are some peak signals that I would look for now that I know that that's the substrate I'm looking at. That tells me about a gram or an ounce in a water bottle. That makes it so I can get the later on when he'll get into it the sand or medium clay pot or sand we're gonna get from this, because we took that water bottle to 100% like not doing it in a bucket and then wasting it, unless you're going to get it directly, dry it out, wash it off, pull the boulder out of it in this first separators. um, Whatever the first movement you determine to be, some throw of how the letter A works. And that's what that cuneiform tablet's about later on, and pulling out those sand and substrate lines are about when let's go digging. Yeah, here's how to throw the ball. Depending on what we're doing here, there's going to be, if you mark it off in a square, or again that Laplacian correctly, that's what that mining table would look like over there. Here it's just adjusted to certain models of what do we got there, standard deviation on a black body problem. Our baseline is our baseline, and well, then he's going to get a mine of some kind of mineral in here, and apparently, not that it wouldn't drop out a solution.
It's a very deep bed, and I don't seem to see any selenite crystals here, where there were thick sheets of selenite deeper down in this bed in another area.
Well, there's that, and apparently that'll give you some kind of, and I've been working on a new one, but what comes after this, if you're going to get out there into the field and throw the ball, about, well, what are those distances, how much water, what's our limit, using standard known tools that would do what you got to do out there. And then we can do this on said tablet, let's say, and then we'll put those tablets about how to make pottery, and the vase full of alcohol or some lead acid battery, right? Potter, you just keep them coming. Uh, so, yeah. I mean, in a lot of ways, there's definitely some of that going on in here. Twittle bit of mainlining, right? Here's a nice indie set, or red clay, white clay differentials. If you add the exact same amount of water, there's subtle differences between them. Um, Alright, so that's fun for me. What was fun for you? Back to the sands. One ball skull map to another.